Get in the car, man. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going on this side because we're not about to follow them like that. Pass this line right there. Move. Get up, man. Oh my God. Get up, please. Get
I have another video from another angle. Before I go to that next video, I want to remind you that all she was doing was recording. She was recording and talking to her brother. She was recording, okay? Recording the police is not illegal. Now, they didn't like it, and they may not have liked some of the words that she said while she was recording, but she was simply recording. Here's another angle.
Wait, oh my God! Why you do, sir! Oh my God! He busted out! Oh my God!
See, this is why people don't like the police, because typically they're cowards like this guy. You run down a woman, you throw her against a building, you then physically assault her, punch her in the face profusely, and you expect us to respect the badge. You expect us to trust you. Show the screenshot of Deputy Henry Seal. Deputy Henry Seal is being protected by his department and others. He won't be protected on this show. A Louisiana Sheriff's Department and excessive force experts say a deputy was justified when he pushed a black woman into a mobile home and punched her in the face. That's your update. The saying is justified. The police, the local law enforcement agency, alleges she was interfering with an arrest, while community members claim the officer used excessive force in his engagement. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist nor a legal scholar to show very clearly that this officer was excessive, was criminal, was in violation of law, protocol, and common damn sense. But he has protection from the culture. You see, we call it a criminal justice system. That's the issue. It's not really a system, okay? You have thousands of law enforcement agencies. You have thousands of sheriff's departments, DA offices. It's not really a system. It's a culture. They're not really all connected. They're part of a culture, and this culture expresses itself in these local jurisdictions. There's more. The incident occurred after MaryLee Breon Robinson refused to back away during the May 2nd arrest of her brother. According to authorities reportedly told Robinson she could record, but to stay in her yard. She doesn't have to stay in her yard to record, by the way. Robinson allegedly began shouting at her brother, and the cop said it agitated him, according to officials. Oh, okay. So let me get this right. So when the police shout at you and they agitate you, is that against the law? Because police do that a lot. As a matter of fact, they were doing it with this arrest as well. So now is agitation a statutory offense? If you agitate somebody, is that now illegal? There's more. Deputies from the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office arrested Keith Anthony Robinson Jr. on the 1300 block of Paul Frederick Street in Luling, fulfilling a probation warrant. While detaining the 26-year-old, his sister reportedly yelled at the officers for tasing him after he initially ran from the cops. Okay, she had some words. She was not breaking the law. We're going to continue to follow this story and place pressure where pressure should be placed. Professor, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, all of these linked to individuals that are doing harm and should be vilified. But the backstory is that there's a state apparatus that supports it. I mean, if it was just these individuals, as horrific as these videos are, and there are far too many incidents occurring of this horror, then you deal with the individuals. You deal with the individuals, you punish them. An example is set to limit future incidents like this. But the backstory that's been happening since Black people have come to America, and I'm sorry for using the word "come," been brought here in chains in the first slave ships. The state apparatus has supported it. That is the diminishing of the lives. That is the terror by which we have to live with. And I'm an economist, so you might say, well, what are you chiming in? What do you have to say about this? So again, at first sight, there's horror associated with this. There's terror, but to believe that you can not move throughout society without the threat of bodily harm, and that doesn't have economic implications, if that doesn't impact your spirit, if that doesn't impact the ways in which you engage in everyday life under that constant threat, and that's the hard part to really capture from these videos, the extrapolation. I'm Black, I look at this. You're Black, you look at this. We live with this in our psyche. We live with what happens if we walk and this threat occurs to us. How do we react? Right. And then last thing I'll say on this is we can change it, right? So all this horror that we're observing, and you're doing it. So big kudos for you for having the courage to lead with this on your show. But this need not be our destiny. The state is our apparatus, just like it's anybody else's apparatus. So that is where the power is going to come when we seize upon the state to do their job and enforce human rights for all of us.
Very well said.